Hey, welcome to college football. My name is Jesse. Before you jump into that video, make sure you visit coolladman100x.com to get custom ebooks and other things that's available on the website. Link will be in the description below. Also, visit the NFL shop to get yourself some Kansas City's Chiefs gear and your own personal team gear as well. And also, all the other sponsors will be in the description below. Now, back to Kool-Aid.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Kool-Aid Man 100X. Welcome to college football. How you guys doing? We're going to be jumping into the Arizona offensive playbook. We're going to be using Ohio State as the team. We're going to be using Arizona offensive playbook. I was looking through a formation called gun Y trips, like a little mini scheme, but I thought these was a couple of unique plays that I saw that were interesting to use that you might want to add to a scheme or your plays that you use in general. So let's take a look at some plays. I thought this release flea flicker. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I thought this was interesting because the flea flicker goes back, right? And it looks for the circle play down the field. Now, what's interesting, I don't really see people run the flea flicker like that. I thought this was a interesting play to add to your arsenal. Now, the blocking in this situation is a little different. Now, you have to take into account that you can't make any adjustments on the flea flicker, which I never understood that too either on the flea flicker. Why couldn't you never make adjustments on it? So my opinion is running the flea flicker as, last turn and play, but overall it's good to get off to as well. I wouldn't utilize it every play, but the post route is cool. But if you can use it, hey, be my guest. But this X over here too is a very good route too to have too as well. And also the C route is decent, but you have to utilize that too. But I hate that it's not enough blocking. But I guess if you full slide right, I guess you get better blocking this way. And the full slide opens up the flea flicker way better. So that's another indication that play works. So I thought the flea flicker was something different that you can utilize too as well. Another play that had me interested is this reverse pass. Now, the reverse pass had me kind of puzzled because I was thinking to myself like, okay, is he throwing to the quarterback or is he throwing to the receiver? And I'm confused because he switches it to the receiver to throw the pass. And look at the blocking. So let's say if we slide right, do we get better blocking? And you see this situation, I would never understand. And I thought this play was unique in a way because, and you can't do any adjustments on this play either. You see how the defense just gets around that? He just literally follows him the whole way. I thought this play was kind of different, but the more I guess you're supposed to run with him. Let me see if he does that, but you can't run with him. Once the pressure is in there, how do you obtain the coverage in this play? I thought it was kind of unique because when I said, I'm like, how do you in general use this play unless they're in coverage or back out? I would say max protect, but will this work? No. And if you do different type of protections, will it work? Because you're still giving him time to, get free. So I thought it was a dead play, but I thought it was unique. I guess it's depending on the type of team that you have to run it. I thought it was kind of weird to have in the game because I'm like, it's really not working. It's not working better than a flea flicker, in my opinion. But yeah, to each his own. I thought it was a unique play. Another play I thought that was unique is this outside zone with this blocker. Now, you see the blocker comes off the tight end to open up a three-way blocker. So, as you see here, you see this nice little outside zone that you get. Now, what made me confused about this play is that when you're getting the handoff, why is the handoff behind him? He steps back for a handoff, but he opens up the inside crease, which doesn't make sense. But I guess depending on how the wall is set, this is the bread and butter of this run play. Basically, you have to follow the wall, which I would say is going to be the intermediate of this, how this play ran. Because as you see here, I guess this is the indication where you're supposed to go in this hole, but you have to follow the direction of the lineman. So now you have this direction, which I don't understand if it's coming inside. How does this work? So in my defense, like, I guess you're supposed to hit whatever the hole gives you or follow the offensive line that the line gives you, because overall I thought it was a great running play and you have opportunities to run it. So in my defense, I feel as though this is a beast running play. I just think it's never really combat to the plays that need to be ran. So I thought it was unique in a way. And what gives me is that why they don't have Henderson, Judkins in there. I don't know why they don't have him in there. But another play that I thought that was kind of unique is this P.A. Reed. That route that just was bugging me when I was trying to lab it. This R1 route. Interesting, right? And I was thinking to myself, like, when you run that route, how do you look for the path for the play action? Because they come screaming. That's another thing I didn't understand. So if I slide protect right, will that pad still be available for that R1 route to just sit right there? So I thought that was unique. This R1 route was very unique, but if you block the running back and slide protect, I think you get a better run. So you see there that X would be there if you throw up top and stuff like that. But overall, I think this play is kind of different because it kills zones like forever. I think if you got the right quarterback, I think you could turn this play into something different in a way, because I feel as though that route just destroys that zone right there. It just sits right there in that pattern as you see there, and that X route too. So if I slant him across the field, then block, then slide protect, will that interfere that R1? Because to me, it just opens it up even more instead of taking him downfield. When I slant him across, I think that's the best adjustment than sliding. Because you see how it's just sitting. It's just, he gets through that zone either way. So I thought that was unique too as well for that P.A. Reed. Then just like I said, you can go underneath on both sides and turn it into, 5 receiver out or 4 receiver out. Because now you're seeing how it just junk is right up in there. So thought it was unique in a way for that play too as well, that you can add to a mini scheme. Very new, very easy to run. Another play that had me kind of confused too is, I don't know, this goal line fork zig. I thought this was very different because I'm like, how can you approach this at the goal line? But in the open field, it works. The goal line, I wouldn't recommend it, but in the open field, because I love that circle route, he just dashes right there. You see what I'm saying? So let me show you what I'm talking about. This circle route, he stops, and I thought this was so crazy because he'll come out, right? Bam. And we'll sit there. But the next thing you know, he just shooting right across the field. And I'm like, did he stop and, stop, bam, just come out of nowhere and just take off? See what I'm saying? And I thought it was a unique route. A lot of people don't pay attention to that route. But the downfall to that, it takes a lot of time for it to develop, or I think we just need a better offensive line, but once that play is open, or they in zone or some type of situation, it opens up a lot of stuff. And in my instance, I try and look for them to hit a zone play. Now, see, he just comes right across speeding. And don't get me wrong, the other routes in this zig route and this running back route cuts back inside too as well, as a whole dynamic too to the play. And also that out route from the tight end too. So don't get me wrong, these plays are crazy, so you can definitely utilize them if you want, So a little bit of a mini scheme that you can add to in this formation and playbook out of the Arizona offensive playbook. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to catch you guys in the next video.